Good morning, everyone. My name is Kelly Fuller. I'm the Vice President of Workforce and Workplace Innovation here at the Columbus Chamber of Commerce. And we're so excited that you're joining us today for our Business Edge series with our friends from Ahola. We've got a great conversation and topic teed up for today, all around employee wellness and well-being. And we know from the Chamber and so many in the business community that those organizations that have a focus on their associates' well-being see better results when it comes to attraction, retention, and productivity, and overall satisfaction with the work. So it's my great pleasure to introduce our speakers for today, and then remind everybody on the call that we will definitely save time for Q&A and comments at the end. So during the conversation, feel free to place those in the chat, and we'll get to it on the back end. So now let me introduce Terri Wilfong, who is a human resource consultant with Ahola, and James Turner, my favorite singer, James Turner, JT, who is a human capital management consultant as well with Ahola. JT, I'll kick it to you.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Kelly. I appreciate it, and I appreciate the reference to your favorite singer as well. I'll take that compliment whenever I can get it. Again, my name is James Turner from the Ahola Corporation. I'm joined by the wonderful Terri Wilfong from our proactive and our HR team here at Ahola, and we'll be going through a slideshow regarding the topic that we'll be discussing today. And so, what I'll do beginning is I'm going to share my screen. So give me 1 second. Let's see here. Let me know when everybody can see the screen. All right. So, employee well-being advantage, boosting performance and retention. Again, Terri Wilfong and myself, James Turner. A little bit of history about the Ahola Corporation. We are a family-owned payroll company based out of Brecksville, Ohio, but we've been here in the Columbus market for the last 5, 6 years. My regional manager, Christy Ernst, built out a team of 5 reps that are now here in the area, able to service small to mid-sized businesses. We are the longest running family owned payroll company in the country. We will actually be celebrating 58 years of service to the Ohio region as of next month. I believe August 28th is the exact date. Please don't quote me on it. I believe she's on the call. And so we process over 60,000 payrolls annually. And we have a full range of services from hire to retire for businesses of all sizes. We have businesses as small as 1 employee up to over 500, 600 employees as well. So we're able to service all of your needs. And I look forward to the opportunity after this call to speak with everyone when we get the chance. All right, so for our agenda today, we'll introduce the topic that we'll go over employee wellness programs, and then go through the list that we have here. So understanding the role of employee assistance programs, also known as EAPs, integrating wellness programs and EAP services together as one, the why behind wellness and EAP initiatives. And then lastly, we'll touch on the benefits for employees and employers as well. I know Kelly Full will be controlling any questions that we have, so we'll be able to field some of those as well. Legal disclaimer. I'll just read through this quickly. A reader should not rely or act upon any information presented on this webinar without seeking professional legal counsel. Terri and I will be able to help direct you in the right direction should you have any questions regarding what you can do as a employer or an employee, and give you some different options there. All right. And Terri, I will kick it off to you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about obviously the employee wellness programs. And a lot of times when clients are looking to attract new employees, what they're looking at is the competitive wages, career paths, flexible working hours. And we've seen a lot of that, especially since COVID. But one of the most important things that we found, actually, and since COVID, is how important that employee wellness is, well-being, and overall. We're talking about both physically and mentally and emotionally. So I want to focus on that with you today and show you how this is such a positive topic, and it truly is a win-win for both the employees as well as the employers. Next. So what is an employee wellness program? Well, these are initiatives that are designed to support the physical, mental, and emotional, and sometimes too, and we'll get into this about the financial health of employees. The objectives here, as you can see, is to improve your overall well-being. This can help reduce stress levels. They'll give you some tools on how to handle those. Encourage healthy lifestyles, habits that you carry on not just at work but at home as well. And it matters because these programs really do create a more resilient, engaged, and productive workforce. So it reduces, and there's so many studies on this about reducing absenteeism, supporting long-term retention. And another thing I'd like to point out in here is one of the many trends that you've seen with the employment trends. They're saying that the problem shows that employers are not engaged. This is one of the best ways to keep them engaged. So, and our takeaway here is really seeing that when you invest in your employee wellness, it's really investing in your organization, for its success and its sustainability. Next, please. Next slide, please.
Yes, it's not. Here we
Oh,
go.
sorry.
No, you're fine.
Fine.
So 81% of workers reported that they will be looking for workplaces that support mental health in the future. And understandably so, as of 5 years ago with COVID, it was a very large topic of discussion, discussing how someone's mental health is impacting their work-life balance, how it's impacting just their the productivity at work as well. So I understand, Terry understands as well, that this is a very large discussion topic that employees are looking for when they are deciding to up and join a new company, take on a new position within a company, and how they're able to balance the two different phases of their life so they can be as productive as possible for them as well.
So, what is an EAP or an employee assistance program? Basically, this is a workplace benefit, and it truly is a great benefit that's designed to assist employees with both personal as well as work related programs. And it affects everything from their job performance, their health, and their emotional well being. Again, this is, the value in this is that it's confidential, it enhances the productivity, it, reduces the turnover, which we all want to do. And they have counseling services. And again, it looks at the employee as a whole. And why it matters is that you want to have that kind of work culture that people feel engaged and they feel that you care about them. So this has been something that's really been great. Next, please. Okay, so with the EAPs and wellness programs, this is a great slide here. I love this because EAPs, it's showing you on how the proactive side of this and the reactive side. EAPs being the reactive. So that's when somebody needs immediate help for counseling, stress, anxiety, burnout. Sometimes it's financial needs, like to try and help, navigate what is the right thing to do. Same thing with legal. And wellness is the proactive side of this. So, it's bringing in, the healthiness and helping you, encouraging you to have a good, healthy lifestyle and giving you the tools there that you need. So the synergy between the two just really is an overall benefit and makes it so successful. Next, please. And here, so you see the reactive on the EAP. So again, immediate support, short-term counseling, stress, burnout, they can handle all these things, get you to the resources to help you, to give you the tools to navigate through it. Wellness, again, a lot of preventative care. They have lots of tools that you can use to help, reduce your stress and combined together. I mean, it just has wonderful effects. Next slide, please. JT, you're on mute.
Sorry, I had myself on mute, so you guys would hear me in the background. Research has shown that every dollar invested into expanded mental health generates $4 in increased productivity and job performance. And this just goes back to what Terri just reiterated, how when you invest into your employees, you're able to get out more on the back end on what exactly productivity will look like, how you're able to grow your business, and overall happy employees. I'm sure a lot of people have heard the statement that your most important asset in a company is the people that work for you. So when you invest in them, they're able to put back their best foot and their best productivity into the business that you run.
So, how do we find these programs if you're interested in this? And I want to point out that there are standalone programs as well as embedded programs. So, I want to talk about what the differences are and which is better. Next. Thanks. So, a standalone EAP, what is great about a standalone EAP is their sole focus is on behavioral health, and it really ensures that they have a large network, and they have high quality service. And they do a lot of things where they can actually build a relationship too with the employees, as far as sending out materials, reminding them that they're there for them, coming out to the office, doing lunch and learns. And again, it just is something where they can build that rapport, share with them what all they can do, which the list of those is amazing. And that way, the employees, there's a trust and confidential, that they know everything's going to stay confidential, excuse me, and that this is something that is going to give them the tools to, be successful. So one of the things then too is that I'm going to show you here too how has cost saving and productivity boost on these things. So next, please. Okay, so health plan embedded. Now this has become a lot more common, and this is where it is not a standalone, but it's a part of your insurance. So it's not a sole focus as being an EAP. They may not offer as a robust plan as a standalone. And there's really no incentive, because when I was talking about the cost, there's really no incentive for them to be trying to mitigate costs for the company or the employee. So it's looked at as an add-on, but not as a real cost savings or performance driving resource. Next, please. So this right here, though, is great. This really shows you exactly the differences. So as far as expertise and focus, again, the standalone EAP is just there. Again, it's their sole focus. The embedded is through your medical plan, and it's just a vendor, and they would not necessarily be as robust. Promotion and outreach, they have a lot of the standalones, like I said, do lunch and learns. They're always interacting with the company, finding out how they can help, going for like benefit days. The embedded is minimal promotion, because their focus is on, the insurance and confidentiality and trust. The standalone since it's a separate entity from the insurance company, it does give employees a higher level of trust, because there is that concern that, an embedded EAP is going to, that your medical information is going to, anything you have come up is going to be on your record. The other thing is that with a standalone EAP, and I've worked with organizations who have used this, they offer management training in a lot of cases. There's crisis support, and that can be anything from, a big change in the company to them, going through something with the death of an employee. They also give wonderful reporting. And that helps you look at the value of this, because you compare it to your regular reporting that we do a lot in human resources as far as retention. Again, the EAP will only tell you like how many employees have used it and or family members and what they were using it for. So whether they were going for individual counseling, family counseling, financial issues, or legal assistance. So everything else is confidential. And I also would like to point out too, that's another great thing, is that the standalone EAPs are offered to all employees, whereas embedded EAPs are only offered to the employees that have the insurance through the company. So again, another great thing about this is the cost and outcomes. So with standalone, it's a low medication cost. They're really focused on behavior, and they try and focus on encouraging individuals to reach out to them as soon as they're having any kind of issues. And again, with the embedded, there really is, no cost containment incentive there, and can actually add to the medical cost. So overall, with the strategic value, a cost saving, engagement driving asset, whereas the embedded one is seen as an extra benefit. It is an extra benefit, but it does not have the ROI focus. Okay, so when we're talking about one of the things they offer here is the mental health support, short term and in the moment care focus. Again, this is reactive. This is where I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm having stress. I'm depressed. There's trauma support. I had some kind of trauma happen, at my home, in my life. And they can really get in there and help and give me tools to learn how to navigate this. And it looks out for my emotional wellness, which when you start feeling that you have tools to help yourself, you do feel empowered. So why does it matter? Well, obviously, stress management. We all need stress management at times. Building lasting emotional strength and supports, self-care and encourages that. Next slide, please.
Yes.
So physical health support. Again, they have medical advocacy services. They can talk to you from everything like if you're concerned about health issues from prediabetes to just getting your fitness level up. They also have support for substance use challenges. They have coaching, and it's all there to make this very present, very mindful, to motivate you and help set your goals, where again you feel empowered. So, and why does this matter? Because the greater healthcare clarity, it helps them. It puts the individual in sight of their goals and feeling overall better. So, and therefore you have less absenteeism, higher productivity, and you have a healthier staff overall. Next, please. Okay, and this is really great. This is a great part of this that they offer, because especially depending on where you're at in your life right now, they offer family care and support. So there is all different types of referrals that they can help you with, to do local caregiving providers, support services, and because there's a lot of times you're not sure where to go. They also assist with childcare and adoption assistance. So everything from you becoming a new parent to going through the adoption process, they have individuals that you can talk to and can, help coach you and tell you like some ways to navigate this in the best way possible. Different things like life's milestones planning. Again, you're looking at trying to take care of an older relative or you become a new parent. It's great to have someone that you can talk to and that you can get more information. So another thing, and I don't know about you guys, but I love this part too, is pet care referrals. Okay. We got referrals. They can get you to doggy daycare, and they can get you some resources that get your dogs walked. So when you're, away from home and you can't get to it, you can call somebody and get this taken care of. So I personally love that one.
Yeah. So,
Next
and
slide.
to reiterate some of the things Terry has said here is what I believe this encapsulates is every phase of life that someone can be going through, whether it is becoming a new parent, taking care of a parent who's in elderly care now, taking care of pets is, a lot of people do have like their furry friends who are their best friends in life. So this is something that is a resource for everyone, that it can be valuable to anyone. So for businesses that have, a lot of employees, or even if you just have a few, they can find some value in this family care and support service that is provided.
Absolutely. Okay, and again, then the counseling and the emotional support is a huge thing. Having someone that you can go to and trust, and they will, help you find the right person that specializes in the right type of counseling that you need. And again, why it matters is just I'm just trying to bring it all home on how a person that is healthy and mentally, um, their mental well-being, their emotional and their physical, it's a win-win for that human being, but it's also a win for the company. And how much that, you can see that it improves the culture. Because when you do feel that a company cares about you, it is so meaningful. And you really have that dedication then. Next, please. Okay, and this is another really cool part too. And I work with clients with this and their EAPs. They offer support for leadership. So a lot of times you're in situations where you may have somebody in your department who's gone through a trauma of some sort, and you're not sure, you've never experienced it yourself, you're not sure how to address it. They can actually and will actually work with the manager and how to handle that situation with you. Say that there is, some kind of critical incident that happened, that somebody got hurt on the job or something. They can come in then too and talk to individuals. And again, it's that support. And again, these are things that we don't always go into, and these behavioralists can really help us with. There's also where there's times where a manager is feeling like an employee is going through some issues, and they might want to refer that employee to the EAP to get some more help. So again, this is great. The managers feel that support. They know that they have someone to reach out to that works with their human resources department, and that's going to help train them, give them the tools to help their employee and to have a stronger, better department. So why it matters? Well, again, it's going to strengthen your leadership. It really is. Because again, these things are not always taught to our leaders. And that can be difficult. We know that. And that increases their stress as well. So, and it just promotes, fair and effective intervention and enhances once again the productivity and the culture. Okay, so again, overall, EAP and wellness programs in the workplace just brought everything together with the proactive and the reactive, and these are the results. Again, and I know that the one slide that was referring to about that for every dollar that they see $4, there's some studies that show that a company would see up to $6 of return on that because of the reduced risk and cost in medical, not just for the employee, but for the employer, the improved productivity, employee health, it reduces the absenteeism, which that can really kill a lot of businesses. And we're talking about culture here. Engaged, you're having a good, positive culture. So your morale is increased. It incentivizes employees to prioritize their health. And that is great because you also feel like you're not going through this alone. That you have a group around you that is encouraging you to get out there and learn new things like this and make self-care important. It supports our management with crisis support, and it also fosters community and mutual support. So it's just a lot of great things. Again, like I said, it's really a win-win for both employers and employees.
Yeah. I like to add that culture is something I believe is it's a top down transition. So when leadership, and I know we have a lot of leaders in business on this call today, when leadership are the ones who are fostering a positive workplace culture, when they care about the people who work for them or who report to them, that again it breeds into investing into your employees. So where again that productivity is able to be seen, and whether it's in dollar signs or whether it's in the attitude and the mood that your employees come to work in every day. All right, and so this will conclude our presentation this morning. We appreciate everybody who has joined on today. Ahola, again, we offer services that are a hire to retire life cycle of the employee. So if you do have any questions, or if you would be open to speaking with myself and/or Terri here in the coming days or weeks, please feel free to reach out to myself I'm happy to send emails, give calls, stop by to your workplace, of course, and would love to further introduce ourselves, introduce Hola, and we can continue to revisit this subject of EAPs and how we're able to foster a positive workplace culture for you and your business.
Well, thank you
Absolutely.
both. I just have a couple of questions myself as we're, giving people a little bit of time, to digest the information.
Absolutely.
The chamber, we have a little over 2,500 chamber members, and the vast majority are small businesses. And we define that as an organization that has 50 or fewer associates. If I'm a small business owner or leader in a smaller business, can I do this too? And does it look different? Or what are some of the first steps if I'm a small business owner and I want to institute initiatives that promote employee health and wellness?
Terry?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The size on that, you can do this. That is not a problem at all. And what you'd want to do, I would start first with your insurance. I would start with your insurance broker and see if you do have any embedded plans. Find out what those are, because that's an added thing too. That you just want to know what everything is out there, and then also you can start looking for a standalone to help you out. And we're always happy to help refer you to some of the people that we work, some of the organizations we've worked with, and to find the right fit, because you want to take a look at everything and kind of pinpoint exactly what you want for your employees. If you're looking for some of those lunch and learns too, are you looking for that management support? So there's like questions like that to make sure you find exactly what you want.
No, that's great. Thank you, Terry. Just a follow up to that as well. So I've let's say I've gone ahead and started some of these initiatives to help my employees, but people aren't really sure about them. Like, what can I as a leader do to encourage people to access these resources and maybe even model some of the behavior that's necessary to get people kind of moving in that direction?
Well, I think one of the best things you can do is making sure the information is out there. These individuals, like at the EAPs and wellness programs, they will come out and talk to your group. They'll have lunch and learns. I think it's really important for that. And also, I mean, the focus with the wellness and stuff is just saying, I mean, you can do a lot of fun things. And like our company does, as far as like, having things where you're going to have a wellness, or depending on the weather, like have how many steps you can walk and different things like that. And it comes from the top down. We have, individuals that partake in all of this. And again, then too, as far as the wellness and letting them know how this works, one of the most important things too is letting them know it's confidential, because people want to know, if I'm going to tell you something, is this going to go out for the world to know? Are you going to go to my insurance company? So just, reassuring them.
Yeah, to add on to that, I think the education piece behind it that Terry mentioned is absolutely huge. And again, letting them know it's available, right? So no, you don't know what you don't know, right? And I know there are plenty of employees who work for companies who have no idea that something like this may even exist for them, and they be maybe the main ones going through a tough time in their life, trying to figure out how to financially budget. For example, with if you have younger workforce. It's very common that younger workforce don't know how to budget or to save money for for future plans that they may have. So if they know that a resource like this is available to them and they're educated upon it on a more frequent basis, it's more than likely something that they'll use, find value in. And of course, again, like we've been reiterating, it comes back and it only helps out with your with the business.
Yeah. Thank you for that,
Absolutely.
JT. I think that also helps illustrate what you guys have mentioned a couple of times. Is just that these programs, these initiatives really like meet people where they are,
Hmm.
regardless of what stage of life they're in. So
Correct.
having that intentionality behind designing these types of initiatives. And Terry, I just wanted to mention, just get a little shout out to the chamber. We're almost at the end of a 100-day challenge here with our own team, to
Excellent.
kind of track how much walking, how many minutes of walking and or exercise are we getting every day, and how much water are we drinking. So
Nice.
it's a friendly competition, but I've got my team I'm pulling for, but we're all excited about it because there is a little prize at the end for the winning team, and the person that has gotten in the most exercise and like hydrated the best, I guess, over the last 100 days. But it's been a pretty easy lift, right? I mean, it's a pretty easy lift to start something like that We do a
Sure.
Monday afternoon walking club, totally, you know,
Oh,
totally voluntary, join along, let's get
mhm.
outside and get some fresh air and walk. So I think all the things that you guys have provided today have been just amazing resources and things to consider as business owners and business leaders. I love the dual approach of the EAP with the initiative, the incredible, ROI that you can see, by taking some of these steps. And it's just great to know that our partners at Ahola are there to help guide us through this type of work. So thank you both, and thank you to everybody that joined us on the call today. This call has been recorded, so we will have access to this again. And JT and Terry have their contact information there, so please reach out to them or to us at the Chamber. And everyone be well and have a great rest of your day.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.